I was in foster care, so I've been all over. But I claim from Florida. I've used cocaine, crack, meth, heroin, marijuana, pills, perks, morphine, Lortabs, Xanax. Just about you name it, I've done it. Except for fentanyl. I've always tried to steer clear from fentanyl.
This is Kevin again, and I'm now with Tyler at the Buckhorn Children and Family Services, and I want to have his. Can you give me your background story, just for your name and basically where you're from? And
my name is Tyler. It's kind of hard to explain where I'm from. I was in foster care, so I've been all over. But I claim from Florida. I've used cocaine, crack, meth, heroin, marijuana, pills, perks, morphine, Lortabs, Xanax. Just about you name it, I've done it. Except for fentanyl. I've always tried to steer clear from fentanyl. But you don't really know what you're gonna get whenever you get it. Most things are laced with fentanyl.
Yeah, I've heard all that about stuff being laced with fentanyl. So you were in the foster care system. How long you were mostly raised in the foster care system?
9 years.
9 years. In Florida or here? Kentucky. Were you ever with Buckhorn?
Yes, I was in Desi Scott.
Okay, when was that? Because I was up there when you had the boys in 2018?
It was before then.
Okay, before that.
I'd say somewhere around 2010,
okay.
2009 to 2011-ish, somewhere in there.
Okay, that's
I was there for about 2.5 years.
All right. Yeah, I remember the boys that program there. We were there, and then they, of course, it went away for various reasons. So we're trying to. So what brought what brought you here back again then?
Actually, I didn't know I'd be coming to Buckhorn Services until I got here, and I was like, oh, I've been to Buckhorn Services before, you know.
So you're in a judicial or?
I came on my own.
Okay.
Cause I was in drug court, and I just kept failing drug tests, kept on failing, and I was like, Mom, baby, they're gonna put me in jail if I don't go. So, you know, I called one weekend, the weekend beforehand, I called that Friday and scheduled it for Monday, the following Monday, to be picked up so I could spend the weekend with my family, with my woman and my kids. And my phone ended up getting tore up, so I wasn't able to call and, you know, let them know anything. The people that got me told me about the service. He's actually a worker here. He was worried about me, and there were some other people worried about me. Didn't know, because they couldn't get a hold of me. They figured I was either dead or I was in jail, you know. And if I wouldn't have came 2 days beforehand, because I had to go see the circuit court judge 2 days before I came, or 2 days after I came. Right. You know, and I was very nervous, and I didn't want to leave my family, because I was crying. I ain't gonna lie, I was crying. Over the phone, I was crying. My woman, you know, she had to pack everything up for me because I just couldn't do it. Right. You know, and especially knowing that I have a newborn, and it's a very hard thing to do, you know. But Buckhorn's very good. They actually took me to let me see the baby born, and.
Okay, that's good. And how long you been in here for? How long?
I'll be a month Friday.
And how long you planning on staying then?
Well, I ended up getting court ordered, so 6 months.
6 months.
I mean, I've got a lot of things I've got to work on, and I know it.
Oh yeah. I mean, But one thing he did, Billy, yesterday I'll mention it to everyone in the family to come back to. Call him.
I'm not gonna lie, I love it here, but there's times I hate it. I ain't gonna lie, I can't stand getting up early in the morning. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I've been sprayed with a water gun to get up in the morning and everything in the world. And I told him every time, I said, you spray me with water, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. I've got 2 extra covers sitting over in the closet. Go ahead and get me soaked, I don't care. I'll just go right back to bed and flip me out to bed. That's okay, I'll just snuggle up in the floor.
So
it's
now,
alright, I've slept in the floor before.
Yeah. But you want to do the recovery.
I know that.
So
I'm looking at 2 years over my head and 18 months worth of drug court, and I think that I'd rather do it's either 6 months or 18 months, and I'm pretty sure I'd rather do the 6 months.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier than 18.
Well, one of the things also said is just if you can find Jesus, just and everybody pray for him, and have people pray for you, and really think about that.
I found Jesus in jail. I was in jail all year last year, and I missed a lot of things, and caused me my woman problems. My oldest daughter don't call me dad now; she calls me by my name, and that kills me. Even though she's my stepdaughter, but. My biological father, he's a sperm donor is what I call him because he's a pedophile.
Well, I got half brothers and sisters all over the country I didn't know about and still don't know. So it's kind of like
he got taken to prison when I was 3, and then my mom got with my stepdad.
Yeah.
And we moved to at the time I was born in Ohio. Lived there till I was 2.5. For 2.5, we moved to Thomasville, Georgia.
Okay.
Which is right there on the Florida-Georgia line.
Yeah, I know where Thomasville is.
And we stayed there till I was about 3, and then my mom got with my stepdad, Stacy McDouglas.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, now looking back, I regret a lot of things that I did. Because I did ruin my mom's only true love. And I think that that's got something to do with my depression and my drug use, because that was the only man she actually loved. And I ruined it. I burned his house down 4 days before my 8th birthday because he was super abusive, super. And, I had, at one point I had 2 detectives that talked to me at school, and you don't know how afraid you can be. I think that's the most afraid I've ever been in my life was probably then. Because I knew that they was going to go talk to him. And he had more pull than I did. I was a kid, but he was a correctional officer. And when I burned his house down, I was about 8.5 whenever he broke up with my mom and said we had to leave. We moved back up to Kentucky. I lived in Destin, Florida. Most people know that as a vacation spot. It's very beautiful. And looking back now, I regret that. I did take his house because he took my pride. And I wanted to take some. I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
With my 2 older sisters and my mom all 3 asleep. I had plans on taking us all out. And when we moved back up here, I was just a bad kid, let's just say. I was a bad apple. I didn't listen, got in trouble a lot, I'd steal.
Just mad.
And my mom ended up, she just went and asked for help. Hey, I need some help. And they ended up taking me and one of my sisters from her. And then my papa and my mama adopted her. And nobody in my family really wanted me, except for my older sister. And I found out, because my older sister was going to adopt me. And I found out my mom was staying with her, and I said, no. I don't want to do that anymore, never mind. Because I didn't want my mom to be out on the streets.
Right.
And that was, I think I was about 11, 12. I was in a group home at that time, up there in Fort Mitchell. DCCHS, it's a Catholic. Ran by nuns. And I got a foster family took me in from there. Real nice family, and I ruined it. They was gonna adopt me. I'm talking, they go to Disney World every year. Go to Disney World every year. Got to go to Disney World once. That was all right. You know, I've had some bad foster homes. I've had some good foster homes. You know, and another good foster home. I got to fly an airplane for my 14th birthday. Got to actually fly it myself over Maysville, and that was real nice. But I ended up ruining that. Got put in another group home. It was Spring Meadows in Louisville. Got into a lot of trouble there. I still owe that group home some money, ain't gonna lie about it. I got on like $250, $300 for kicking a window out. Then got out of there, went to a foster home, I think in Pikeville. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is.
And no, Hazard. Then I went to Pikeville after Hazard, because I graduated 8th grade at Little Big Willard. And after there, I went to the Pikeville one, stayed at this foster home for 7 days. And we went to Tennessee to go down there to get his pontoon and bring it back up. Well, we stopped at a Walmart, and you know, I don't know what kind of foster parent he was, because he was about ready to leave me in the middle of nowhere inside a Walmart because I wanted to buy something with my own money. Do I know why I wanted to buy the suspenders? No, I don't. But I wanted to buy them. Don't know why. But he walked out on me, walked out the store and everything. And then when we got back up, he said, you know, you're just too much trouble. We're going to have to find you a new home. And then I got put in another foster home up there in Pikeville. And I liked it. I loved that lady a lot. And then after there, because she tried saying I was trying to burn her house down. And I didn't. I don't know how in the world there was a burnt spot on the floor in the bathroom, because I'd lit a cigarette. And I would play with fire. I'd get, you know, light a piece of toilet paper in the sink and take my aerosol can and the axe and or I'd light a piece of toilet paper on fire and hold it over the toilet. But it got, somehow a burnt spot got on the floor underneath of the carpet by the toilet. And I don't know how. It wasn't from me, but that's how I got caught.
Oh.
And I was really, really mad about that. And then they put me in Desi Scott. I was there for about 2.5 years because I was a troublemaker.
Right.
You get my face, you call me, pardon my French, bitch or anything like that, and I'm gonna fight back. It's just me. I'm gonna defend myself. And that's something that I'm having to work on. You know, it's a hard thing to do. Especially with jail mentality. You know, you get called that or a rat in jail and it's fighting words. It's fighting words on hand.
Right.
You know, I spent some time in jail, a good amount. You know, just last year alone, I was arrested 7 times. You know, and I have charges on my record now that are false charges. You know, and you know, as a little kid, I learned how to pick up stealing. I'm not bragging about it or nothing like that, but I'm really good at shoplifting. When it comes to stealing off somebody, I'm the dumbest thief there ever was. Just God's honest truth. I've got a felony on my record now for receiving stolen property, over 1,000, under 10,000. Me and a buddy of mine, we stole 3 car hauling trailers, an 18-foot double hitch, a regular car hauling trailer, and then a really nice one. And you know, they caught us on camera. I had my face for 2 of them, and they kept trying to get me to tell the other one, but it was me. I was just wearing a face mask. You know, and looking back now, I've lost time with my kids.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do something stupid and trying to make an easy buck. And all in all, my buddy, he got all the money and didn't give me nothing. I got $75 out of 3 trailers. $75 is all I got. And I see you looking at my rings.
And you're going to prison for $75 then, is that what it was?
Yeah. I could have been going to looking at some time. They offered me 5 years on that. 5 years with 5 of them. 5 years of supervised probation with 5 of them I hid. And then I got in some more trouble last year. Assault 3rd degree on a police officer. I did not touch said police officer. He just has this vendetta against me. And, you know, I'm not going to say nothing bad about ARC. ARC does have some good program. But I love it here at Buckhorn. I do. It's a lot easier, a lot laid back. You know.
Right.
Yeah, you do got a bedtime, and you do got to be up at a certain time, and you got certain things you got to do throughout the day. But there's a few hours where you can just chill. You get to visit your family once a month. I didn't get to do that in ARC. And not just that, the arresting officer that arrested me said that I assaulted him is a director for ARC at one of their facilities. And I was supposed to be getting picked up last year, the next day, the day I got arrested, May 28th, I was supposed to be getting picked up on the 29th at 10 o'clock in the morning by ARC transporters to go to rehab. On my own, I was going to go. And he trumped up 5 charges. Said that I got him in a chokehold, I cut his neck, this, that, and the other. All because I had him on video camera beating the crap out of me. I was down on the ground, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, yeah. You know, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lot happier sober than what I was.
Yeah. Well,
easy.
I mean, if you
like that's one thing, you know, looking back, and I see we watch some like group stuff and everything, and a lot of them I do get emotional now because after I had my first kid, I don't know why, but I used to not have no emotions, none, not a drop. When I had my first daughter, son, it hit me hard. I'm talking, I can watch like where the red fern grows, it makes me cry.
Well, that's a good sign because I mean I have.
You know, it does.
That is actually a good sign. That is a real good sign because that'll help. You know.
Well, there's like in the small towns around here, cause see, I live right next county over. There's nothing to do for young people. There's nothing, nothing. So all you got to do is sit around. Yeah, that is it. There's no enjoyment in nothing. There's barely any jobs. You know, like these small communities, more jobs.
Yeah.
More jobs.
So
things for youngsters to do because see, I don't want my kids to grow up and do the things that I've done.
So you want us like jobs and stuff to give them support. I mean, like real, you know.
Yes.
Because
like,
at least in where I live out there, in Atlanta area, they have some like jobs for teenagers and whatnot. But for stuff, if you don't have activities out in school, ain't nothing anymore. Unless you go to church.
Like there ain't even a bowling alley.
Yeah.
There ain't a baseball field, no football. There's nothing to do.
In these small communities.
Yeah, there's
so
nothing.
So you're
just more. There's barely any jobs. Like in Boonville, there's $2 stores and 3 gas stations. That's it. That is it. That's just like in Badeville, because I've lived in Badeville too, where Steven's from.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a program, the Hub, and that's where I came through, you know, to come here. And you know, it helped me. You can go down there. It's a sober environment,
right.
You know. Places like that.
So
they ain't gonna judge you, you know, for what you are. Because I am an addict. I'm a bad addict. I'm not an alcoholic. I can say that much. I'm not a big drinker. When I do drink, it's not beer. It's liquor, whiskey or bourbon. It's just me.
Everybody's got their own vices. You'd be surprised.
You know,
but, I mean, trust me, nobody is better than anybody else. What I have my issues on are no worse than yours. Maybe different. Everybody's got their differences.
Yeah.
But everybody has their own issues. And they can cause issues that you think, oh, you're doing worse. Well, no, maybe not. If you take a...
Yeah.
I mean, even our pastor was talking about stuff he had to go through. You know, just everything is different. That's what I'm saying. So when I look at people, I'm like, man, they're just anybody, normal folks that if you're struggling, and the ones that you think they're great, that's all facade. I hate to say that, that's all a facade. It's all a facade. I've seen it too many times. Like he's living in these big old mansions and all that, and all of a sudden you realize. I was talking to somebody at our own church. He said his father was a big facade, all it was, and he put him in a bad. When he left, he put him in a huge bad situation. And I can't go there because you can tell me about it, but it was like a real bad situation. Him and his sister, and he was like a big house and everything, and all of a sudden, not what you expected. It's like, all lies.
Well, it was nice talking to you.
I have a question. Do you listen to music?
Yes.
What music do you listen to?
Anything besides bluegrass and some gospel. There's some gospel that just puts me to sleep.
You ever heard of Tom McDonald? I'm going to give you a song.
Yes, I have.
You have. You know what I'm talking about?
Listened to Tom.
So this is Hog. This is Hangover Gang. This is his latest song, God Mode.
I will listen to that. I like that show.
Yeah. So the Hangover Gang is Tom McDonald. If you listen to his latest song called God Mode, and he tells a story. He had a rough life, an extremely rough life, where he was out in the ditch, strung out, and he was able to pull it together. But listen to that song God Mode, Dan.
I will. It's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, Tyler. Hopefully we can get